hey, because I'm a degenerate bottom feeder scumbag who parasites off of other people's content for, my own enjoyment and benefit. I'm sorry. I mean, YouTuber. I'm going to react to something today. Leaving all that aside, I mean, I don't have much to do today, and frankly speaking, I don't have a good story lined up. So I think I might just talk about, like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 of these different shorts. If you don't know Legends of Avantris, it's basically like a D&D game that a couple of friends play together, and then they take... Well, what I'm looking at today, at least, is they take a couple of the funnier moments from their podcast... I don't want to say podcast. Their D&D game, and then make them into little animations, because, as we all know, animations make everything funnier. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's... I've seen, like, 1 or 2 of these. They're fun little shorts, It kind of reminds me of, like, old days of YouTube where they just animated, like, random things, a la, like MBMB, like My Brother and Me. That's the one I was thinking of, yeah. Where they just... Or like Game Grumps, I guess, would probably be one more people are familiar with. But it's a similar vibe where, you just take, like, random short clip from a podcast or a D&D game or anything that's not necessarily as visually interesting, and then make a little animation just to spice things up. And of course, like I said, animations are normally just, instantly things that make something funnier. So, I don't know, I'm just gonna click on one of the random ones and the popular ones here. I don't know, this one.
I'm going to pull out my plastic toy ray gun. How many tickles does it take to get
I would die.
laugh?
I have to say this. I've seen a couple with this freaking clown. I would literally jump off a goddamn bridge before I play a game with that. It's funny in these short bursts, but the idea of having this for hours, I don't think I could handle it. I don't think I could. He's really funny and everything, but oh my god, I think I could never in a million years.
10 tickles! And I'm gonna
Oh
pull the
god.
trigger. I cast gun, prepare to...
It so reminds me of old Newground animations, that whole, like, choking thing, by the way.
Be gone!
Try and suck me towards you.
Oh, okay. Talking to the octopus.
You suck me.
That is... I understand that feeling so much of just, like, randomly saying something in a group of, like, 6 or so people, and they have no clue who the hell you're referencing toward it. Oh my god, that's, like, such a vibe.
Also suck yourself.
If only I could!
Oh my god. Oh.
The octopus begins to float away into space.
Why? Where are they touching there? Oh my god! Why? Oh, that's freaking... Oh no. Moving on.
This is my nightmare!
I don't think that's his nightmare. I think he likes that.
Don't let this kraken be a squid napper!
Oh no.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I laugh and I release it.
I'm not even going to lie, that is absolutely the best way you could have ended that. Just accidentally, like, oh, like, yeah, screw you, bye. I really love when, like, a D&D campaign kind of leans into the jokes and everything more than, like, being, like, a serious campaign. It's more so just having some fun with it. So, like, if something, is not necessarily the most efficient or beneficial thing, but it's so much funnier to do it, I love that when, like, a D&D campaign just goes for it. I don't know. I guess I could just click next to see what we get.
What's your name?
Pete Nut!
Oh my god! I think we might be related!
Are we related?
I'm Hazelnut!
Hazelnut?
Oh my god!
God.
Grandma Nut!
What is that? What is that voice?
Believe it or not!
It's like Tracer talking to someone that's on, like, some... I don't know what drug, but he's on some drug.
She's still kicking around!
Nothing can ever kill Grandma Nut!
Remember there was that weird uncle that no one wanted to talk about? His name was Deez.
Oh, Lord, dude. No.
Dis nut.
Dis and D's, the twins, they were.
Oh, for God's sake, dude.
We don't talk about Dis and D.
Yeah, no wonder you don't talk about them. Oh my God. Okay, this leads me into something really quick. Okay, so my dad, right, one of his good buddies, someone that I know relatively well, right? His first name was Richard, right? And his last name was Head, okay? I say he's good buddy, but I really don't know him. And I'm not even going to tell you if this is legitimate, but there is a person out there in those books called Richard Head. If you know the other word for Richard, it's Dick. And he preferred to be called Dick, so his name was literally Dickhead. It's like the worst goddamn name ever. Oh Lord, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. It's so freaking bad. Yeah, it's bad. Like a freaking worst name ever. But I'm getting off track. Okay. I think I'll just talk about one more and we'll get to like a 10-minute mark and just discussion, or maybe 2. I don't know. We'll see how long the next one is.
They begin to fall into a slumber.
No, I've been drugged.
You begin to move.
Did it say shrugged?
You begin into a slumber.
No, I've been drugged.
Oh my God.
You begin.
That's like YouTube censoring in a nutshell. You have to put shrugged instead of drugged. Even though it's like it's clearly a comedic thing, they still have to just change it because of YouTube policies. Oh, that's good. That's really cool.
Begin to move through the. I am going to make you change your character.
This is exactly what I was talking about. If I was doing a campaign with this person for hours on end, like it's funny in little bursts, but I would there's no possible way I would be able to get through that. That sounds awful, dude. He's really funny, but like Jesus Christ, that would be terrible, man.
I think it would be a landmine.
This is literally exactly what I would freaking do.
Well, hi.
Strangers in the woods with no one around.
It's just not.
There is no way in a million years that I wouldn't freaking kill him. If I was the DM, there would be some way to kill him, and I'm going to find it, and I will do it. There's no way I wouldn't.
Like a weird trip? Why would this be a weird trip? There's a large talking mouse.
I feel like this is
I'm
every
a clown
D&D
that can't
game
take
now.
off my flesh gloves. And that guy's wearing a can of beans for a hat. This is a normal day.
This is much more beautiful than the dumpster.
Oh, that's what that smell was.
But Tormek's name
It's such a, you know, it's funny to like say like, oh, it's a silly group and everything, but I feel like every D&D campaign probably has something similar to that, where it's just some like wacky set of characters that you're putting together. It's almost like being wacky is normal in a lot of things. Like there's always like that, like the silly guy. I mean, there's always like the jokester of the group. There's always the more serious members of the group. There's always like the one that's kind of like derpy. You know, it's kind of just like a trope at this point, but hey, you know, I get it.
Tormek.
You might have some nerve damage. It'll go away in a couple months.
I'm not even going to lie, that is such a, like, that scream is on point.
I think the nerve damage is from all the alcohol.
They begin.
Hey man, you can be a functional alcoholic and not have too much nerve damage. I don't know, like, but that video just perfectly sums up my vibe after seeing the goddamn clown. I would be so freaking pissed to play a game with that. It's one of those things where like I get it, it's like fun, but like Jesus freaking Christ, if I was doing that in like a home game, there's no shot I would be sticking to that. Absolutely no way in a million goddamn years that I would ever be able to do that. That sounds like literal torture. Yeah, I don't know. That's like 3 quick videos. You know, as much as I want to be like a degenerate reactor, I don't want to be such a degenerate that I react to more stuff than I talk. So yeah, I mean, I think hitting a 10-minute count over like 3 like 1-minute shorts, that sounds more reasonable to me. These were, I mean, they were funny. I don't think I've seen any of those ones, so something new. I have to say, like, the takeaway seriously, like, number one, I love the voices. They're really having some fun with all like the different variety of voices. It reminded me of I mean it just all of these D&D things whenever they do like these silly wacky voices and have a variety of different characters, it's so much fun. I don't know if I would ever be able to commit as much time as you need to like get stuff like something like this done, but hey, you know, it's fun. Also, I appreciate reminding me of an unfortunate name from my loose knowledge of people. And yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest takeaway is there's no goddamn way I would ever play a DB like a D&D campaign with a goddamn clown like that. That sounds like freaking torture. No, thank you. It's super funny for clips, and I'm sure they farm them all the time. But Jesus goddamn Christ, I would never do that. That sounds freaking awful. But yeah, I don't know. Check out Legends of Avantris. It's pretty entertaining. I don't think they're going to get a single goddamn click from this video. I'm on a goddamn freaking 1,800 subscriber channel. Who the hell cares? I just wanted to talk about and watch something funny. Yeah, I think that's about it. I appreciate if you could like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah. You know, basic YouTube gibberish. And I'll see ya.